Are zoo animals just sad prisoners? Have you ever wandered through a zoo and felt a twinge of sadness for the animals behind the bars? You're not alone. The question we're diving into today is, are zoo animals just sad prisoners? Picture this: a majestic lion, king of the jungle, lounging under a flickering light bulb, pacing in a small enclosure. You see it, and you can't help but think, is this living? The truth is, zoos have been around for centuries, and while they've evolved, the debate about whether they are beneficial or cruel is still raging. Some critics argue that animals in zoos are essentially prisoners, stripped of their freedom and confined to a life that's a far cry from their natural habitats. They say that lions should be roaming the savannah, elephants should be trekking across vast plains, and polar bears should be swimming in icy waters, not pacing in small cages. It's a compelling argument, isn't it? But hold on, let's flip the coin. Supporters of zoos argue that these institutions play a crucial role in conservation. Many species are endangered, and zoos can create safe havens for them. Breeding programs can help restore populations that might otherwise vanish from the earth. Think about it. Without zoos, some of the world's most incredible animals might not exist at all. Take the California condor, for example. Once teetering on the brink of extinction, these magnificent birds were brought into zoos for breeding. Thanks to dedicated conservationists, they've been successfully reintroduced into the wild. So, are zoos just prisons, or are they also sanctuaries? Let's dig deeper. The conditions in which animals are kept vary wildly from one zoo to another. Some facilities prioritize animal welfare, providing spacious enclosures that mimic their natural habitats, mental stimulation, and even social opportunities. For instance, many modern zoos invest in enrichment programs, giving animals toys, puzzles, and even training sessions to keep their minds sharp and engaged. But what about the zoos that don't? There are still places where animals live in cramped, barren cages with little to no stimulation. It's heartbreaking to see an animal that should be thriving, instead just existing. This is where the lines blur. Are we really doing these creatures justice? Let's talk about the emotional lives of animals. Studies have shown that many species, like elephants and dolphins, experience emotions that are strikingly similar to humans. They form bonds, feel joy, and yes, they can feel sadness. When you watch a gorilla stare blankly into the distance, it raises the question, is this creature truly happy? And here's something to think about. Some animals actually exhibit signs of depression when kept in captivity. Stereotypic behaviors, like pacing, over-grooming, or repetitive movements, can be indicators of stress. It's almost as if they're crying out for help, but who's listening? Now, let's not forget the role of education in all this. Zoos can provide a unique opportunity to connect people with wildlife. When you see an animal up close, it can spark a passion for conservation that leads to real change. Those little kids gazing wide-eyed at the elephants may grow up to be the conservationists of tomorrow. So, is the zoo a necessary evil, a place of learning and conservation, or a sad prison for animals? The answer isn't black and white. It's a complex web of emotions, ethics, and evolving practices. As we ponder this question, it's essential to remember that every zoo is different. Some are leading the way in ethical treatment and conservation efforts, while others are still stuck in the past. But one thing is certain: we have a responsibility to ensure that these creatures are treated with respect and dignity. Because, at the end of the day, they're not just animals in cages, they're living beings that deserve a life worth living. So next time you walk through a zoo, take a moment to reflect. Are you looking at prisoners, or are you witnessing a crucial part of a larger story? The lines may be blurred, but it's a conversation worth having.